create your series. What is it that you want to be known for? When it comes to posting online, you're probably thinking, I don't know what to say. Recently, I coached our authors inside of our Hope Books community, and I talked about the two decisions that you make as somebody who has a message to share, somebody who wants to spread their story of hope. The first decision is to press record. It's what I did 10 seconds ago. You open up your camera, you open up your phone, you open up the camera app, you press record, and then you start talking. And at first, you might not know exactly what to say, but the pressure of, I got to say something, you say a couple things, and then all of a sudden, oh yeah, I could talk about this. I could talk about what I did yesterday. I could talk about what I recently learned. I could talk about what I recently read, what I recently said, what I recently thought. So press and record is the first step. But the second step is the posting, deciding what is it that I want to share, to get out, because everything you record doesn't have to be posted. In this video, in this audio, however you're consuming this media, I want to share a strategy that can be really helpful for giving you clarity about exactly what to talk about for more than a year, every single day for more than a year. It's called a theme series. A theme series. A theme series comes from the consistency of recording and posting. The more that you share your message, the more that the logjam of all the thoughts and all the ideas and all the feelings will run smooth. It's like you break through the logjam and now you have a steady flowing river. You have this flow of ideas. Now, as you start sharing this story, as you start sharing your messages, as you start sharing your encouragement and your questions and your quotes and what I'm reading, what I'm thinking, what I'm learning, as you start sharing that online, what will inevitably happen after 10, 20, 30 posts is there will be an outlier. There will be a post that connects more than others. Pay attention to that. Pay attention to that. Then keep posting. Keep sharing about what you're learning, how you're living, how you're leading, how you're loving. And then there'll be another outlier. And you're like, oh my goodness. All my posts get like 10 likes, but this one got 100. All my posts get 100 likes, but this one got 1,000. All my posts get 1,000 likes, but this one got 10,000. That's the outlier. That's something worth paying attention to. I recently had one of these. I wrote a little post about my 99-year-old grandmother and how I spend every Sunday with Nanny. We call her Nanny. And that post did about 10 times the normal likes, the normal engagement that my other posts get. So what's the second step after that? After you find an outlier, what if you created a series? I see this is really popular on TikTok right now. And also I've seen it on Instagram as well. So you're creating content, you're trying to figure out your voice, and then all of a sudden it resonates. So for example, there's a guy named TJ Theron, and he talks about the difference between the younger sibling, the middle sibling, and the older sibling. The way that he does it is he dresses up like all three, and he does these little kind of short, funny sketches. So it's how the younger, middle, and older sibling open a box of cereal. It's how the younger, middle, and older sibling get ready for the bus. It's really funny, but you have to fumble your way towards this. In high school and college, there's a really popular folk singer from Canada. I grew up in Canada, named Sarah McLachlan. And my favorite album verse is called Fumbling Towards Ecstasy. That's what it's like. That's what art is like, is you're just fumbling your way towards creativity. You're fumbling your way towards enlightenment. You're fumbling your way towards ecstasy. And then all of a sudden you find it. And you go, there it is. There it is. Another person I like to follow, she calls herself Jen from Corporate. It's so funny. So she loves doing these prank calls. She would call businesses and report something weird, like there's raccoons fighting in the parking lot. It's really funny. And she'd call businesses and say, did you see what happened outside? And the prank was like to try to get them to get off the phone and have some kind of crazy reaction. And as she continued doing that, people would ask her who she is. And then she found a character. She said, it's Jen. This is Jen from Corporate. And she changed from being silly to being serious. And the whiplash was so funny. And you could just feel it when you saw the first 1 or 2 videos of Jen from corporate. It was like, she's got it. Now she created a theme series. What she does is she just posts videos that literally people can hire her to call people and pretend she's Jen from corporate. So I think it's so funny. TG Theron, he posted, then he found, oh, the siblings, that's really connecting. So that's what he made as his thing. The question is, what is your thing? How do you find your thing? First, you've got to get it out. You have 40, 50, 60 years of content in your heart, in your head. You got to get it out. You got to get it out. So I recommend a daily posting challenge. What if you posted every day for 90 days? Even if you had nothing to say, you still got on there and said, I don't really feel like I have nothing to say today. It feels really overwhelming. Does anybody else feel this way? That's probably going to be your best post. Then after doing that, you look back on what has resonated and what aligns with you and your vision for the world. And then also what people want. This is your ikigai. This is the Japanese concept of your sweet spot. Your sweet spot is where the world's greatest need and your deepest passion align. So you share your story, you share parts of your life, and then the algorithm, the engagement is evident. So that's what it looks like to do a themed series. You find something that resonates and then you double down on it. And what I would recommend is you stop talking about everything else and you just talk about whatever the theme series is for a season. They call it your Lent season. What if you gave it 40 days? For example, there's somebody that posts online that I really like, and his whole thing was, here's something I didn't know until I was 30. So here's something I didn't know until I was 30. And they would show you like a kitchen utensil and what that little knob does. And you'd be like, oh, that's so helpful. How did he find it out? He found it out by posting, and then he made a comment about, I wish I learned that before I was 30. That would have saved me a lot of time. And people were like, yeah, me too. And he's like, oh my goodness, am I on to something? So what are you on to? For me, as an example, I could create a theme series just about what to write today. What could you write today? What could you post today? The writing prompts. Writing prompts in our world are still like one of the #1 things that help people get unstuck because they're not sure what to write. Now, there's 2 ways to do this. Way #1 is you just lean into the theme of your series on your existing social media. So literally my Brian J. Dixon Instagram could just have 40 days of writing prompts and that's it. That's one way to do it. Another way to do it, if you have capacity and the technology know-how, is you create a new account. Yes, you can create a new account. You can create a themed account. And this seems to be working right now. So for example, if I did writing prompts, I could batch film them. I could film 10 or 20 at a time with a script. Then I could create an account on Instagram, a Facebook page, on TikTok, on YouTube, and I just call it daily writing prompts. And then I could record them, edit them, and batch schedule them. So day 1, you get #1, day 2 is day 2, day 3 is day 3, and just have, literally I could go for 1,000 days, but what if you did 40 days? Spin up a new account, get a new account off the ground. And then you give credit to your main account. So you say, daily writing prompts brought to you by @Brian J. Dixon. So people find the writing prompts. If they want writing prompts, that's the account to engage with. But if they want to go deeper, then they go to your main account. I know that might be a little advanced, but maybe you have something that you would like to do that feels like a theme series that doesn't necessarily encompass your whole brand. And that's one way to do it. I hope this encourages you. The thing that I found about social media is you just keep putting the reps in. And over time, you're going to connect to the right people. The world needs your hope-filled words more now than ever before. Press record and then press post. You might be just surprised at what happens.